today, and there's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's Stafford's Lions going up against Newton's Panthers. With that, let's get up to Charlotte, North Carolina, as we bring in our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and James Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Detroit Lions and the Carolina Panthers. On 1st and 10, Stafford. And right away, he lost the football. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
As you and I both know, one reason teams script plays to start a game is so they can practice them ahead of time. I will guarantee you that fumble was not in the script.
You don't think they had fumble written next to play one there?
No, that was never in the script because they want to have good memories when they go into a ball game, not something that could have gone wrong.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Now a first carry for Jonathan Stewart. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
On 2nd down, they run with Stewart. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. And the numbers down a bit from their Super Bowl year this season for Jonathan Stewart. Did have some injuries. He finished with 824 yards. 9 touchdowns, though. Good in that department.
When it's around the goal line, he's a terrific runner because he knows how to get there, and he can run through contact, run through trash, as we like to say. That's part of the reason he accumulates the injuries that he does, because he runs inside a lot and takes on those linebackers. But they're going to work on Jonathan Stewart in the offseason, get him healthy, and have him back ready to go for next season.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Caught on the left side by Ginn. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Now Stewart on 1st down. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time. Okay, I have to take a second here and talk about Greg Olsen, the tight end for the Carolina Panthers. 3rd straight year over 1,000 yards in receptions. And guess what? That's the first time that's ever happened in NFL history. 3 straight years by a tight end.
That's really something. Now 31 years of age. They're going to need him next year to turn it around because a very disappointing season.
Not the season anyone expected, least of all the Carolina Panthers, but he's a building block that they can go ahead and get back to form starting in 2017.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Newton. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal. And when this offense is clicking on all cylinders, the running back is in sync as well.
The focal point. Runs, catches, blocks, sets a tone for the offense.
Newton takes, and he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Cam Newton scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Panthers are going to take a first-quarter lead.
Partner, that was simply an example of getting low, wasn't it?
It was indeed. And for the quarterback, so they get low the line. They did their job. Is the quarterback's job just to find a crease and dive?
Find a crease and just get in there. And ordinarily, you start low yourself, get low behind that offensive line. But sometimes they do such a great job, you can almost fall forward and find the crease for a touchdown.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. On first down at Stafford. The left side completion to Jones. And now what they want to see here, he's still down on the field. Obviously such an important part of their passing game, and the training staff, they're going to have to attend to it. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. Here's Stafford now on second down. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And Tate just finished his 7th NFL season, first 4 in Seattle, last 3 Detroit, and each of those 3 years, 90 or more receptions. Finished this season with 91 catches, over 1,000 yards.
And I saw him expand his game in 2016. I saw him operate out wide in the slot. Also came into the backfield and got carries and then ran routes from there. His yards after catch really jumped back up in 2016. And Golden Tate has shown that he is more than capable of being a #1 receiver in the NFL.
Just 2 yards to go here on second down for the offense. Now here's the first carry for Amir Abdullah. And he will possibly get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. On the other hand, it will definitely take us to the end of the first quarter of play. And 3 full yards here for the offense to get on third down. Stafford on third down. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the safety, Kirk Coleman. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing.
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Here's Newton now on second down. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. And they'll add a DB in the secondary here on 3rd and 14. Newton now to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ezekiel Ansah coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. Back deep for the Lions, it's Golden Tate. Now it's Tate. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And ready to go for another offensive series. Out comes Detroit, and a Detroit team that, boy, lost in the playoffs this year. Don't have a playoff win since 1992. But it was a tough end of the season. There were injuries involved. And I know you think that this is a crew that really could make some noise again next year, don't you?
I do, because I think they gained so much confidence this season, battling back from a tough beginning, working their way into where they looked like they had a chance to win the division. And while they didn't do that, they did get into the playoffs. Despite a myriad of injuries, they think this team has a bright future, and they feel confident about 2017.
And Jones has it over the middle. And he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Fresh set of downs here. They go play action here on first down. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
In the red zone this time. They'll try to run it in with Abdullah. And he loses the football a second time. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. On second down, here's Stafford. And that'll be incomplete. That one intended for Anquan Bolden. And it's third down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
An extra defensive back on the field here for third and goal. Now Stafford on third and goal. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, fourth down.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
And this is no good. Close, but he misses just left of the upright. And this score will stay right where it is. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you're not got too many attempts shorter than that one. And I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
They start on the ground. This is Stewart on first. And he'll get this up only to about the 22. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They go play action with Stewart. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. DeAndre Levy from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. And now the Lions going to stop this momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on third down. Now it's Newton. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. On the return, it's Tate. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They'll come out in the pistol. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Stafford on first down. He gets it complete to Anquan Bolden. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And they're going to speed things up here. On 1st and 10, Stafford. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Let's look ahead for a quick minute. We don't have the schedules yet for next year, but what we do have are the 5 international games that will be played, 4 in London and then 1 again in Mexico, Jacksonville, Baltimore, Miami, New Orleans, Cleveland, Minnesota, Rams, and Arizona. Those in London, and then Mexico's going to get a great game. The Raiders and New England.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And just think about the ones in London. Remember, they're splitting them between the 2 different stadiums.
Looking for the tight end, Olsen, and it's intercepted. It's the 2014 NFL interception leader, Glover Quinn. And Detroit getting set to go now. And where the ball is now, you got the field goal pretty much in the bag. Now do you try for the end zone a couple of times?
I don't think there's any question about it. You might get a gift of 6 points rather than the 3 that you just noted that you feel like you already have. Be aggressive, go after it, and try and get those points.
It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the 3rd quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Here's Newton now on 2nd down. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is not with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle. He can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
On 2nd down, here's Newton. He's got time. He's going to wind up and air it out. Looking for Benjamin, but it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
To throw on second down is Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And it's 3rd and 5. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. So he makes the grab, and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line, giving them time to complete that first down pass.
On first down, Abdullah. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Now Stafford hands to Abdullah. And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Carolina getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
A'Shawn Robinson coming out of the University of Alabama, a big, physical, intimidating force who had to learn to play with more leverage. Otherwise, he was going to get blown off the ball in the NFL. Looks like he's learning his lessons after that play.
From the 50, Newton. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Third and long, it's Newton. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. He was trying to get it that time to Ted Ginn, and that brings up 4th down. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot.
Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13. Here we go on 4th. Newton. And Ginn's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
Back to throw, Newton. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Second down, just 1 yard to go. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. On first down, it's Newton. Muscles him off. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make this a 2nd down. To throw on 2nd down is Newton. This will be caught at about the 6. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats. Throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Ted Ginn. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Panthers add on to their lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
His throw incomplete.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football. And the Panthers bring in their nickel set as they try to defend here on 3rd down.
5 defensive backs. And that will be incomplete as well. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. And that'll bring up a 4th down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or 2 in and bats it away.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. And no, it's incomplete. The Lions turned away.